So you go to the set of Empire Strikes Back, and you're standing around with some other people now that we know. I would say Alan Austin was on that set, as was John Mogridge. We have actually an Empire Strikes Back call sheet that
Oh, do
John
you
Mogridge
really?
signed. Yeah, would you believe it? And we talk about this all the time. It's gone out to auction several times with his signature on it. He was the stormtrooper, one of them, who famously froze Han Solo. But he was also a rebel pilot in that famous huddle with Princess Leia. And anyway, he signed a call sheet. And the only reason I think it survives the auction is because people don't really know what it is when they look at it. But
That's
it is
that's
kind of
too
one of those,
bad.
yeah, it's one of
It's
those
just
unique
it's
things.
history.
Yeah, right. So you're on this epic set, which I think you told me at one point was so big they had to extend the stage for the Echo Base.
Well, they did. You know, uh, Elstree.
Yeah,
I started to say Leavesden. Elstree didn't have a stage big enough to house the Hoth or the Dagobah sets, and so they built this huge silent stage. It wasn't
right.
soundproofed, and but it still wasn't big enough. I've got pictures of it I can send to you.
Hmm.
And so they ended up cutting a hole in the end of the stage and then taking a big black tart and extending it. And so that became the entrance to the cave. And they actually hired, well, they didn't hire, but Gary Kurtz's two little girls and Anthony Daniels' two little boys uh, ended up getting in rebel costumes and stood in the background for forced perspective.
Yeah, I love that forced perspective, like Darby O'Gill and the Little People approach of
Yeah.
like in camera magic. And that was such a thought provoking set, too, because the product was that Norman Reynolds? That was Reynolds still, right? Who did that?
Yes. John
Like,
Barry.
John Barry did that.
Yeah.
Um, the idea of the set leading to all these intriguing sort of possibilities in the mind of the audience is really exceptional, and it's just one of those things that I love. Now, Harrison Ellenshaw, our buddy,
Yeah.
famously says that he's got a moment with Jim Johnston and Ralph McQuarrie, but they did that at Lucasfilm. It's like an insert where they're like, Group 7 and 10 will fly behind, and he's like, I didn't get to even go to the real set. Like I was so disrespected as a rebel officer that I had to do that in California. George hired the art department to play. He said, "We need something here. We're going to do it." And it was a contest for the art department to see who got. One guy got to speak, which was Joe, who went on to direct Captain America. One guy got to nod, which was Harrison, like I follow my orders and take off. And another guy just got it, like, I don't know, did something or stood there. Or, I don't know. Anyway, he explains it. It's really funny. But that
Hello, my name is Simon Williamson. Help us find a cure for NMOSD, neuromyelitis optica spectrum disorder, and with it, cancer. Please go to the Guthrie Jackson Foundation and donate if you can.